Good evening, my YouTube viewers. It's Palestine here. I wanted to make another video for you because this morning I had a bit of trouble, whereas I've had a bit of trouble for about the last month where I've had pain in my neck. And so basically what I wanted to do is I wanted to wait until I got all of my other doctor's appointments out of the way, and then I would address the pain in my neck. But this morning, when my boyfriend went to work, I couldn't go back to sleep because the pain in my neck kept me from sleeping. And then when I tried to turn around, the pain in my neck still kept me from sleeping. And then so I started worrying about this pain in my neck because I've never had pain in my neck like that. And so I think that it had something to do with the cancer that I was being treated for. So I waited until 8 o'clock in the morning, and then I rang the doctor's surgery and asked if I could have an appointment to see a doctor. And I explained to the receptionist that I've had pain for several weeks now, but now it's got to the point to where it's affecting my ability to sleep, and I was worried that it had something to do with the breast cancer. So she got me an appointment at 10:20 this morning. And so my boyfriend finished work at 9 because he works from 7 till 9, and then he comes back. And so he came back at 9, and then we went to the doctor's appointment, and we got there just in the nick of time because it took a while for the bus to come take us to the doctor. And then in addition to that, I had to go visit the ladies' room before I actually saw the doctor. And so when I saw the doctor, I explained to him that I've had pain in my neck for about a month, but now the pain has gotten to the point to where it's making it to where I can't sleep, and that I was worried about it. And I told him that my boyfriend thought that it might have something to do with the anastrozole that I am required to take, and I was worried that it had something to do with the cancer. So the doctor said that he could tell that I was worried, and he said that one of the symptoms of anastrozole is bone pain, but I know that anastrozole gives you brittle bones, and that's why I'm eating a cheese sandwich every day that I go to work, and that's why I'm taking vitamin D. So vitamin D is one of the drugs that I've been given to take because the anastrozole gives brittle bones. The reason why anastrozole gives brittle bones is because it makes it to where your body cannot produce estrogen because it is an aromatase inhibitor. So you can't produce estrogen, and as a result of that, your bones weaken. So basically what he did was he did a physical examination. So he felt my neck. He was asking about my arms, how I could move my arms, how I could move my head. And he said that there was nothing structurally wrong with me. But, this morning I was just so worried, because the thing is when you have breast cancer, one of the common places that it metastasizes to is the bones. And so I was so worried that I didn't know what was happening. I thought I've got to get to the doctor because, your vertebrae could get crushed or anything. And I thought I've got to get this checked out. And he said there's nothing structurally wrong with me. And he said, well, you can ring the oncology clinic he said, and they'll just tell you to go see your GP, but you've already gone to see your GP. And then I said to him, I said, would it be beneficial for me to get an x-ray? Because I thought that he would order an x-ray for me, because if my neck was hurting, it's to do with the vertebrae or the nerves in my neck. And he said that an x-ray is not going to pick anything up, that I would need an MRI or an ultrasound. So basically, he didn't really, he just said there's nothing structurally wrong. So the pain isn't anything to do with the structure of my neck. But I'm going to tell you right here, it's painful. It's painful here under my jaw. It is painful under my jaw. And I do have dental problems, but I pay a dentist a lot of money for my teeth to be in the condition that they're in. So my teeth have been in a lot worse condition than they are now. And I didn't have neck pains. So I don't think that it's my dental issues so much as it's something else. But it is quite painful here. Right here. Here is where it's painful. And so finished with my doctor's appointment. And so I think next week I'm going to ring the breast cancer nurses, and I'm going to tell them what happened. But I think what I'm going to do first is if you've been watching my videos, you'll know that I had this ongoing financial problem that I don't want to discuss on YouTube because of the nature of the problem. I think what I have to do is next week I have to get some documentation concerning the finances. And then I'm going to get this documentation concerning the finances, and then I'm going to go back to this charity, and then I'm going to go back to the charity, and hopefully the charity can help me to resolve this financial problem. And then I should get the documentation next week. So after I get the documentation next week, and I've gone to the charity to ask them for help in resolving this problem, then I think I will ring the breast cancer nurses and tell them that I'm having pain in my neck, and it's on the left side, it's not the right side. And also when I raise my arm, it's really stiff. It's really stiff when I raise my left arm. And so that could be something to do with the 2 surgeries I had, the 2 lumpectomies I had, and they also removed 4 lymph nodes. And it could also have something to do with the radiotherapy. So there are some things that I need to talk to the breast cancer nurses about. And so yeah, and then the GP just said they'll tell you to ring your GP, see your GP, which you've already done. And since I've already seen my GP, I can tell them that I saw my GP, and he said there's nothing structurally wrong with me. But if I'm still concerned, I can ring the oncology department, which is what I'll do. And then so when my boyfriend and I finished the appointment, we went to the coffee morning. And when I went to the coffee morning, I found out I was speaking to this one girl, and her mother had a second initial occurrence of breast cancer. It wasn't a recurrence because she had breast cancer on one breast, and she had an operation and a lumpectomy and radiotherapy, but the cancer is now occurred on the other breast. And since the cancer has occurred on the other breast, it's not considered a recurrence. It's considered a second initial occurrence. And so basically she's not doing very well. She's had I spoke to her. I asked her how her mother was doing, and she just said she's not doing very well. She said that she's had 2 lumpectomies, and even though she's had 2 lumpectomies, it still didn't get clear margins. So they've given her a choice where she can have a 3rd lumpectomy, or she can have chemotherapy and a mastectomy. So that's a very difficult decision that she has got to make. I know what decision that I would make, but I'm not her. I mean, so she's got to live with whatever decision that she makes. And then, in addition to that, at this coffee morning, I spoke to another lady who also had breast cancer. And when she had this breast cancer, she had a mastectomy because she had 2 lumpectomies and a mastectomy. And it was her choice to get a mastectomy, but it wouldn't be my choice to do that. And then now what's happened is she had this problem where her neck was pointing down, and so they sent her to physiotherapy. And when she saw the physiotherapist, they noticed that there were 2 lumps on her neck. So I don't know what those lumps are for. I don't know if it is where the breast cancer has metastasized or if it is something else. So now this lady is having to get these lumps investigated to find out exactly what they are, but they might be related to the fact that her neck is pointing down. So today at the coffee morning, I met 2 ladies, well, the daughter of one lady with a history of breast cancer, and then another lady with breast cancer. So it's not it's never, it's not easy, it's not an easy subject to talk about, but it's always nice to talk to other people who've had breast cancer, because then they can tell you what their treatment is, what the drugs that they're taking. And the one lady that I spoke to who had breast cancer, she's been clear for 9 years. Now, she had to have an injection every month in her stomach, which she didn't want to do. So she didn't want to get the injections. So she had an operation where they would remove her ovaries. And then when they removed her ovaries, it caused her to go into menopause. I didn't have to have any operation like that because my ovaries were already non-functional. So I didn't have to have any operation like that. And then she's not taking tamoxifen, which is what I think premenopausal women take. And she's not taking anastrozole, which is what postmenopausal women take. She's taking another drug, and she told me the name of the drug, but I don't remember the name of the drug, and I don't know why she's on a different drug, but that's basically what's going on. So what I'll do is next time I see the oncology nurses, I'll make a video and let you know what happened the next time I see the oncology nurses. I rang the doctor this morning just because I was so worried about my neck hurting, and I was worried like maybe the vertebrae were crushed, and that's bad. And so I wanted to see the doctor to clear that up. I mean, I wish I could have an MRI scan or a CT scan or something on my neck that would actually, or an ultrasound, that would actually show the status of my neck, because my neck hurts here and underneath my jaw, right here it hurts. But I didn't tell the doctor that. He felt underneath my jaw, but he didn't feel anything, so he just let it go. So that's it. That's my continuing cancer journey. That's what people call it. They call it a cancer journey. So I don't know what's going to happen when I see the oncology nurses. I don't know if they're going to say the pain in my neck is due to the taking the anastrozole, which also causes brittle bones, or if it's something else, like a spread of the cancer. But I definitely was worried about it this morning, which is why I went to the doctor. So thank you so much for watching my video. I'll be making another video for you when I've spoken to the cancer nurses and they tell me what the next course of action is. And if you like my video, please like and subscribe. And thank you again for watching it.